different video. If you're new to the channel, this channel talks about the hows and whys of fishing. We cover everything from big game, ultralight, everything in the middle, including fly fishing. And today, I am basically preparing for a trip we're doing tomorrow, and we're going after longtail tuna. And it's the summer, so it's gonna be really hot, and the last thing I want is to actually fiddle around with stuff while we're on the boat. So as much as possible, I'm doing all the prep work at home. Okay, so we've just finished prepping our leader for that one rod, which I made a video of. It was a knot. All right, so if you're looking, it's just a few notes on how I do my version of that knot. But right now, I'm putting hooks on these two top waters because we're gonna be using these to actually target the longtail. And obviously, they don't come with hooks, so I'm gonna put hooks on them. But here's the thing, all right? So this is a long popper, obviously, and well, you need to put hooks on them. All right, so basically what I want to do is just a little bit of housekeeping. Alrighty, one of the most productive lures that I use for these fish is this. All right, and it is a small soft, well, it's a soft plastic there. Okay, now check out the hooks. Okay, and I land them with that hook. So what I'm trying to say is that, especially with this one, and now I have a history of actually losing fish with this particular popper. Okay, so the last time I used this popper, I was losing fish, and I was thinking to myself, there's something wrong here. And guess what? It's not the popper. It is really not the popper, because a popper is just a tool. And what I told myself, it's getting difficult to take out, so I'm just gonna cut this off here. So I told myself that there's something wrong with the way I rigged it, and I'm going to correct that today. So just for your reference, this is actually a 65-gram popper right there. Okay, and actually works really well. Okay, it casts really well, and it works really well. So I don't want to just say that, okay, popper's fault. But see, the thing is, I'm gonna show you the hooks that I was using. It was these. Okay, so for where it is, where it sits, okay, it's actually a pretty good match. Okay, so you know, just a tad, as you can see there, you can just see it. So usual convention is that you put that size, okay, because it's gonna sit to there. Okay, it's gonna sit there, and that's a very good striking position. And I hooked fish. I actually landed one, but I'm not only after one fish, you know. So for that particular incident, I wasn't too happy of the result. And then after that, I just said like, okay, you know what? I need to catch a few more. So I'm gonna stop using it, because after 3 lost fish, I knew there was something wrong, and I said, okay, I'm gonna actually do something about that. So this year, I'm going with this lure, and then we're gonna change it up a bit. Now remember, I showed you this, and I catch them with this, and I've caught a lot of fish with that. So there's really no reason for me to use hooks that are that thick, because especially with this particular popper, it wasn't hooking the fish enough. So I am putting a hook that's thinner, A, and B, it's also a bit bigger. So we went up by a size, and it's also, as you can see there, it's a bit more, it's bigger. See, you can see that it's way up the gap. So when we put it here, it's a bit more pronounced. Okay, the concern was if these hooks would actually open. Well, they're the same maker as these hooks, and these hooks don't bend. So I'm pretty sure that this won't bend as well. Alrighty, so uh, just as a point of reference, okay. At one point, I was actually afraid that I was going to lose fish if I put these on, because I was thinking, okay, might be a problem there, because at the end of the day, it could be that it might stretch these hooks out. And fine, there's always a possibility of that happening, but the thing is, if you're catching fish the same size with that sort of hook, there's no reason for you to go with a very thick wired hook. Now remember, with this, you actually have increased penetration. And it's either you use this or you use um, the, what do you call this? The singles, inline singles. But since I already have this out, kind of pointless for me to actually go out and say that I want to try out the singles, because I'm gonna have to open another pack. Okay, so again, um, just as a point of reference, don't use hooks that are too over engineered for the fish that are present. Okay, because we know that the long tails are not that big. They're maximum 8 12 kilos, maximum 12. Okay, so those are usually 12 to 15. Those are like the schooly ones that we normally catch. So um, that hook is more than enough. I get penetration power, and uh, I get penetration power, and I get um, hold on. I get penetration power, and I get, there you go. So I get penetration power A, and B, I have enough uh, power on the metals to actually get the fish to, well, get the fish to the boat. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm getting preoccupied here. Now, for this, that could be the case. Okay, and remember, like a stick bait, this actually gives you very little kind of what's this? What's it called? Very little resistance when it comes to the fish grabbing it, or when you're working it. Alrighty, so time to rig this popper. Alright, now, very first thing I want to do is actually put split rings on this sucker. Actually, I want to show you guys something also after this. I do a lot of stupid stuff. Okay, and tomorrow, since if we find the fish, we're gonna find a lot of fish. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be something that is going to be kind of interesting as far as that is concerned, because there's going to be a huge school of fish, and we can do quite a few things. Okay, and after this, I'm gonna be building some other stuff that I am going to use at least. Okay, so put hooks on this, and that would be this popper 2.0. Okay, and these are 6X, so these are tough as nails. Now, in contrast with that other popper, this actually, I have no problems hooking fish. Okay, and I've been using these hooks for years on these poppers, this specific popper. So I know that this combination works really, really well. So we are going to take 2 of these, and these are VMC spark points, which are basically knife-edged points. Are deadly. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, so I have no problems hooking with these, so I'm gonna do as is. The what do you call this? The that other one, I'm gonna put thinner hooks, just so whatever happened last year isn't gonna happen again now. At least, you know, I'm uh, I'm looking for a solution, because when it comes to stuff like that, I honestly believe that that was kind of my fault. I didn't really look into I put these hooks, and I kept on missing fish. So now we have thinner hooks and they're bigger. So I'm pretty sure that would solve the issue. Now it's just a matter of actually rigging these and putting them away. But as far as these working are concerned, um, the only reason why I'm actually rigging this is because my other one, I don't know where it is, but I had another one, a black one, black and red, and it worked really really well, and a lot of long tails fell for that. So this one is done. Okay, now a lot of times I actually do experiments, and tomorrow is not actually excused. So tomorrow I'm definitely gonna be using this. And see, the thing is, I was supposed to be testing these out before, but the whole concept of this is that it was freshwater. Okay, freshwater stuff, and it's kind of interesting to see if it actually worked on saltwater. But basically, it's a big ass spoon. Okay, so I'm gonna take this part out, because I think that's not gonna do any good. And I don't think this is through wired, so we'll see. I mean, if it catches a tuna, great. The thing is, I'm using gear that would be kind of okay for this, so I'm gonna try and use it instead of actually throwing a surface iron. I'm gonna be throwing this. So the hook, let's not change the hook. It'll be just like that. Okay, put that over there. I'm not too sure if I should actually put a bigger hook there, but this looks fun. You know what I mean? It really looks fun. Um, or if I should change it into a what do you call this? Anyway, so I don't think this is still around. It's called the X-Wrap Scoop, or maybe it is. But honestly, this is nothing but a really big spoon. Okay, so it'll be fun if it actually catches something like a tuna. It'll be fun, And I don't know if that's an intended rattle, but it has a little bit of a rattle. And you know what? Let's give it a fair shot, shall we? Let's give it a fair shot. I will actually put hooks here that will like fight a bigger fish, right? So this is, I don't know if a 2-0 would work, but I have a 4-0 there. So let's go ahead and do that. And while we're at it, we're actually going to put a strong split ring. I think we have one here. Yep. Right there. Okay, so we have this split ring. We're gonna use it because it's a big split ring. So we're gonna change the split ring. Oh shoot, would it support this? No, it won't. This split ring, okay, the split ring will not work. So we'll just take this treble off, put a 4-0 treble hook here, and see what happens. From time to time, I'll have oddball ideas, and from time to time, I allow myself to actually indulge in these stupid ideas. And instead of actually showing it to you directly, let's keep the suspense and go with this. It's stupid, but hey, you know what? Sometimes uh, ideas like these actually bear fruit, and it just takes kind of like the right environment. Alrighty. Um, we are going to dress this treble up, okay? Just for added attraction. It's not that we don't trust it to catch anything or whatever, but I want to give this lure a very, very fair chance because a lot of people might think that, I'm setting it up for failure, especially since it's a salt, it's a freshwater lure, and I'm gonna be using it on like tuna. Okay. The design for this, I would say, is kind of universal. So in theory, it would work on tuna, but it would be very interesting to say the least. All right. But, well, like I said, we will give it a very fair shot. Okay. So I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. We're preparing. Okay. So this is a 4.0 hook. That's huge. Okay. That is huge. What we want to do is dress this up with something very bright, and let's do it with pink. Okay, so we'll do it with pink because pink is very, very bright. We could also use pearl. I think, okay, let's use pearl because you know what? This is very underutilized. A lot of people might think that I only know pink. So we use pearl. Oh God, I am in trouble here. What happened? Ah, shoot. I just pulled it off of the bundle. Whoops. Now we'll take a few strands and we'll start from there. So, most of the time when people do these things, they tend to go overboard. What we want to do is utilize a good length and uh, make sure that the action doesn't get ruined because we don't want to kill the action. Okay, now here's a good tip. Okay, wet, easier to manage. Okay, number one. Number two, there's a hole there. Put it in. There we go. That way, you could cut this uniformly. And then you could put that on one side, like so. So you have two, all right? Get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not going to move. Let's add a few more. So it's not really going to move. Now, you take this, okay? You fold it over like that. See that? And then you just put it there. So basically, you have flash on all three sides. Okay, so you have flash here, you have flash here, you have flash here. Okay, now make sure that it does not. Okay, there we go. Okay, it does not slide. Bang, just like that. Okay, now this. Okay, cut this. Bang. You see that? Now all you have to do, because there's excess there. Okay, all you have to do now is just pull everything like so. Okay, we cut it here. Bang. And that, boys and girls, is going to be it. So you have this whole thing tied really well. Okay, and all you have to do is just seal the deal for this one. And remember, this has drag. Okay, so each wrap that we put on here is actually very tight. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean up so it looks good. Okay, just like your mom. There we go. Okay, Ain't that pretty? Okay. Ouch. Okay. Take this. Pull. Okay. Now, since I have trust issues and I don't trust myself, I'm gonna do twice. Okay. Again. Bang. Tighten. That's it. Because you know what? I'm doing that twice because I don't want to glue that thing. That is it for this one. Alrighty. Okay. I'm going to put it on this one. This is the X-Wrap scoop. And it's really nothing but a big ass spoon. Okay, 68 grams this. So it ties in with these poppers and stick baits. But, you know, I'm willing to bet that this is actually going to swim. My only problem with this is that they actually put a nose on this. Okay? Which means if you put a nose there, what happens is that it will actually not, it will not swim. Uh, it won't have like a good range of motions. Uh, so what are we gonna do? I'm thinking of actually putting something there, extending it, probably wire or something. Maybe not. Let's just use it as is. Okay, so there's also a hook, supposedly a hook, over here, which I took off. So I want the fish to just grab this and that's it. There we go. But I gave it a really big hook, or a really good hook, because I found that the hook that it came with was very thin. And it could be that, because it's for freshwater, and it could be that a fish would just come along and practically stretch that hook out. So we put in bigger hooks and thicker hooks. I wanted to put a big split ring as well, but because the eye of this is actually quite small, as you can see, this split ring is actually kind of pushing it. Okay, so right there we have a gigantic, like literally a gigantic spoon, and it has a bonito color. So that's interesting. If this wasn't through wire, I'd cut this. Alright, it's probably not through wire, but then it's glued. So sonically welded, and if I cut those, water might get in. So I'm just gonna leave that, and then just like that. But you know what? This is something we could do actually. I just thought about it. You know, and sometimes it helps if you actually kind of think outside the box. I kind of screwed myself up here with the hook, but it's nothing that we cannot remedy. So just I mean, look guys, for me this is giving this as much chance, okay, as much of a chance, because I don't want to say that this sucks, okay, or it won't work in salt water. So I'm gonna give it as much chance as I can. Okay, so I have a loop here. Okay, so all of this is a loop. So I'm gonna put this here. Again, this is an experiment. For me, when there's a lot of fish, I kind of like putting something on that's funny, or something unexpected, because that's how you learn. Okay, so I'm gonna take like a little bit of flash, just like that. Okay. And you'll see in a bit. I think a lot of people would already kind of know what I'm trying to do here. And all of this is flashable. Okay, so I'm taking the strand that's kind of messing things up. Okay, that's too short, is it? Okay, there we go. So I will fold this like so, like that, and I'll cut it. Bang. Okay, I'll cut that, and I'll make sure that this end is equal. So I'll find the end like so. I'll cut that. So now you have an equal length. Now, easiest way to do this is wet it. Okay. Now I'm gonna take one end and I'll pull it like that. Okay. So we will see here. That's still kind of too long. So what I'll do is I will fold it again like so. Okay. Now, just like that. See, it's easy to make this equal. All you have to do is just pull on things like that, and they'll be equal. Just like that. Okay, now we do the loop again. This is not going to change the swimming action, but what it's going to do is actually have some flash in the body. Okay, so like so, like that. Bring it in. Because all you want to do is have that tip inserted like that. This will take some convincing because there's too much of these fibers. There we go. So we have that. All right. Don't worry about the fold. Okay. Don't worry about the fold. Now you take that. Make sure that it's kind of equal. Like there, right there. Okay. Just like that. Now you have like a section of this that actually kind of flashes. So again, added attraction. You just want this to actually kind of, flash a bit. Okay, now what you want is to take your braid and you just want to wrap like that. Kind of like a stub there. See? Now, you lock it in place by doing a few half hitches. So the continuation of this video is actually me fishing with these. Okay, so again, have a half hitch there. Okay, that's done. I was actually thinking of taking a spoon, like a real spoon. And then, as I was going through my drawer, I saw this and I was like, hey, that's a spoon right there. Okey-dokey. So there's no need to actually glue this. Because you know what? If it comes off over there, it doesn't matter. So just, there we go. Now, you can leave it like that, but what I want to do is actually just make it like all equal. So it kind of looks pro. Okay, there we go. So now I have a little bit of a shine there, you know, on here. Bang, there we go. That is it. Look at that. So that would be very interesting, very, very interesting indeed. So you know, it swims and this will actually move like that, and I know the swimming motion of this. It's just kind of like, you know, so 65 grams, this will cast farther than any of the poppers that I have, and this also presents it subsurface, so it will be very interesting. You know what, I can't stand this, so what we will do, actually get a split ring here. This is it. So this is a strong split ring, I think. Okay, so split ring put here. Okay, there we go. Now, because I want the articulation. Okay, so at the end of the day, what I want this thing to do is actually move like that, more than, you know. So I'm gonna put another split ring there, or swivel. I'll put a big swivel. There we go. This one. Basically, what this does, okay, is it'll give it a full range, because see, it has a range here, this side, but this side it won't. So putting a swivel there would kind of make it swing more. That should be it. There we go. That should be it. So basically, it has a huge range of motion. It'll give it a lot more freedom. You know, that's what I want. So basically, I want this spoon to like go like this, instead of just, you know, because when it hits that, it'll probably turn like this. But with this, you know, it gives it a bit more freedom, and it would swim almost like an iron. And that's basically what I want this to do. I want to fish it like an iron. Okay, so cast out, just reel in. This would go like that. I don't have to stress myself with like pulling and all that. If this works and I only have one, oh my god. I have a few more, but you know, that would be fun, wouldn't it? You find something like this, and you know. So that's it. Wouldn't it be fun if you actually have something this heavy, like you know, this shape, and then for casting, or maybe even dropping down and just reeling, huh? That's interesting. You know, that's interesting. So we'll see. We'll see. Alrighty. So yeah, that's it. That's my casting lure. So we have that. We have this. This. Okay. And then we have 3 soft plastics to play with. And that's it. All right, so that's my kind of like my casting selection for tomorrow, and we're going after longtail tuna, and maximum would be around 15. But if we get lucky, that'd be like 20-kilo ones. But I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm not really saying that there's stuff like that out there, but definitely 8 to 15 something is very realistic for this time of year. Probably if we actually go to the ledge and get lucky, when we drop down, usually that's when we get the really big ones, 20-25 kg. Okay, as for the jigs, this is one of those that I'm going to be taking with me. I made a video of how I rig this, and then there's a few more in my box. So, you know, that's going to be something. Well, we'll see. Maybe tomorrow, the whole time I'm going to be recording and showing you guys exactly what's happening. Alrighty, so that's it for this video. Hope you learned something. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't yet and you want to learn more, click on that subscribe button. If you learned something from this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, repeat. All right, I'm gonna cut this up because there's some sections here that's like kind of not needed. And if you want your friends to learn, share this channel and share this video. Alrighty, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed.